I'm Patrick in Vancouver. Today is April 25th, 2026. Here's your Tesla news rundown. Tesla patented an acid-free lithium extraction method that yields ultra-pure liquid while locking waste in dry clay. This patent really gets at rethinking lithium extraction from first principles. The conventional wisdom says lithium mining is inherently dirty and limited by geology. Tesla's approach shows the real problem has always been the wasteful purification steps rather than the raw clay itself. The new process in patent US 20260110052A1 uses mechanical grinding with common salts and a quick ion exchange. Then it washes the material in about 20 minutes before simple filtration. The result is a mildly alkaline liquid with iron and aluminum impurities at just 10 parts per million. Heavy metals stay trapped in the spent clay instead of creating toxic tailing ponds. This avoids corrosive acids entirely and could let Tesla tap lower-grade domestic deposits profitably. It turns lithium supply from an external vulnerability into an internal engineering problem Tesla can solve. The implications matter for North American battery costs and for scaling robotaxis and grid storage. By focusing on the physics of mechanical separation and selective ion exchange, they are patenting the precise composition of that clean alkaline liquid. That creates an economic moat competitors cannot easily replicate from dirt to battery-grade material. That kind of fundamental thinking is exactly what Tesla will need because the future they are building is arriving faster than a lot of people expected. Elon teased that Cybercab production is beginning in Texas. He asked openly when we might see the public rollout. The tone feels optimistic but measured with no firm timeline yet. What stands out is how Tesla is using the same Texas footprint for both regular vehicle manufacturing and robotaxi output. That shared space could create rapid learning between the two programs as they run side by side. One analyst is already calling the Cybercab Tesla's eventual flagship. The argument is that its economics could eventually eclipse traditional car sales. It is an interesting shift in how we think about what flagship even means when the vehicle might spend most of its life working autonomously. Owners are already debating whether that changes how they view their current purchases. While the Cybercab represents where Tesla is heading, the competition in China is not waiting around. XPeng has publicly set an August target to overtake Tesla's self-driving technology inside China. The company is accelerating its own software and hardware roadmap to challenge Tesla on its home turf. At the same time, Horizon Robotics just launched a new self-driving platform explicitly positioned against Tesla's approach. The Chinese supplier is pushing harder into the compute and software layers that power advanced driver assistance. This shows how fast the competitive landscape is moving in the world's largest EV market. It puts real pressure on Tesla to keep its technology edge while dealing with local rules and supply chains. Domestic competitors benefit from regulatory alignment that Tesla must navigate carefully. That said, Tesla's current FSD supervised is already changing real days for owners in noticeable ways. Recent footage shows FSD supervised handling a tight, low-speed urban maneuver with impressive smoothness and precision. The system manages situations that often trip up human drivers. Owners report using the freed-up attention for podcasts, relaxing, or catching up on other things instead of constant vigilance on long drives. Tesla highlighted how FSD supervised is altering trip planning and relaxation for drivers who no longer need to stay constantly engaged. The shift feels meaningful for daily usability even in its supervised form. It highlights the real-world advantage coming from millions of fleet miles. Full unsupervised capability is still rolling out gradually, but the progress owners feel today is tangible. To help move more metal while this technology matures, Tesla just rolled out a pretty practical incentive. Tesla is now bundling a full year of free supercharging with new Model 3 premium and performance orders in the United States. The offer is visible on the website and in customer emails. There is no current expiration date attached to it. For buyers, this lowers the effective cost of ownership at a time when fuel prices remain high. It gives Tesla another tool in a competitive market to adjust demand. Plenty of discussion has started about which buyers are jumping on this deal. Some see it as a timely discount, while others wonder if it points to softer demand. Either way, the offer is sparking real conversations about total cost of ownership and how Tesla times its incentives. On the ownership side, we are also getting some of the first unfiltered long-term data. One owner drove their Cybertruck 100,000 miles within 12 months. That is the first significant real-world data point on durability under extreme use. People are curious whether the stainless body saved money on panels or if other systems proved more expensive than expected. It is the kind of practical ownership story that cuts through the speculation. This matters for both regular buyers and fleets watching long-term ownership costs. While that truck is racking up miles, Tesla has also been quietly working on some of the smaller annoyances that drive owners crazy. Now, one thing worth discussing is the durability questions coming out of that same high-mileage example. The owner faced a hefty repair bill after hitting the 100,000-mile mark in a single year. It is a sober reminder that real-world durability data is still coming in. Early, high-mileage examples are exposing where costs can add up quickly. Confidence in long-term ownership expenses will shape how fleets and regular buyers view the truck. Tesla seems aware of these early signals and is using them to refine both the product and its service network. The next year of fleet data will be telling. It is important to acknowledge the challenge without dismissing the progress already visible. Fresh patents aim at root causes of interior rattles using improved fastening and damping methods. Many owners have grown tired of those noises that seem to appear after a few months. A separate development offers hope for a fast fix on problematic exterior trim clips. The issue is small but visible on enough vehicles to annoy detail-oriented customers. Both are the kind of quiet quality improvements that can meaningfully lift customer satisfaction. They can do so without needing a full redesign. Getting these sorted would be one of those steady wins that improves the ownership experience over time. Speaking of how vehicles look and feel, the Cybercab is going to be hard to miss when it shows up in real traffic. Early views suggest the sleek, minimalist, purpose-built robo-taxi design will stand out sharply against today's traffic. The vehicle represents a clear break from conventional car shapes. Its purpose-built form signals a different future for how we move people in cities. Actual impact on street appearance will depend on how quickly it reaches volume production. If the ramp is swift, we could see roads starting to look noticeably different in a relatively short period. The visual shift alone could spark more public conversation about autonomous mobility. And staying on the fun visual side of things, a recent sighting caught attention for all the right reasons. A line of Cybertrucks was spotted escorting the latest Starship booster during transport. The stainless steel trucks looked perfectly at home next to SpaceX hardware. It is a nice reminder of the shared engineering culture and material philosophy between the two companies. The distinctive look of both products comes from the same mindset about solving problems in unconventional ways. These crossover moments tend to resonate with people who follow both Tesla and SpaceX. They highlight how advances in one area can echo in the other. That is the latest batch of stories, and it is always interesting to see how it all connects. Before we go, keep an eye on how quickly Cybercab production scales in Texas and whether it influences FSD timelines in China. That's your Tesla news for today. TSLA closed at $376.30, up $3.12, 0.8%. If you found this useful, a rating or review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify really helps new listeners find the show. You can also find us on X at Tesla Shorts Time. I'm Patrick in Vancouver. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you tomorrow. This podcast is curated by Patrick, but generated using AI voice synthesis of my voice using ElevenLabs. The primary reason to do this is I unfortunately don't have the time to be consistent with generating all the content and wanted to focus on creating consistent and regular episodes for all the themes that I enjoy, and I hope others do as well.